back, ladies and gentlemen, to DeKalb High School, home of the Barons. Tonight we are starting early, tuning in to the girls JV game versus the East Noble Knights. Starting out the lineup for the Lady Barons are Mac Rice, Rain Freed. We're figuring some of these out right now. Colby Oliphant off to the side. Cammy Abel looks like. And going up for the jump ball is going to be Tegan Jordan. We've got a great game ahead, some conference rivalry here, and very excited to see this game get underway. And you may be wondering why we're starting out early tonight, and this is because we want to send this stream across the sea, the Atlantic Ocean, to the parents of Lure Pagaldi Imaz as she plays, and hopefully her family will be able to tune in to see her play. Now the tip has gone in favor of the Barons. And there's going to be a travel called, and here the Knights are going to have their first crack at this ball game. The Barons went unscoring in that first drive. Knights are passing around the arc, trying to make their way in, dish it out, but it's just off the hands of the Knights, and Barons still in control. The Knights send it up, and it is down into the hands of Oliphant. Sends it to Abel. Now, the girls so far this season have played a great game. I haven't seen much of the JV playing, but we're very excited to tune in. And we're hoping that some of these ladies are going to really stand out tonight and face off and bump up this team's conference score. There's a long three for the Knights, and there's going to be one foul for the Barons, 3 points for the Knights, 3-0 lead, and Barons are trailing with 5:30 to go. They get across the timeline, and the Barons are trying to work up a play here. Send it inside the paint, and the Knights are able to pull it away. There's going to be a travel called, and looks like it's going to stay in Barons' possession. And I'm so sorry, I forgot to add, I'm Wyatt Nepper, and I am joined by the lovely Cooper Eads. So glad to have you with me today, Cooper, covering this game. And on cameras, we've got Emma Books and Gavin Horde. So grateful to all of them coming in tonight to cover this game. Oliphant here stepping up to the charity stripe. Hopefully she'll be able to drain this lead. There, up one goes, and it is out. Still 0-3. Pretty quiet. I mean, it's a JV game, but still not much noise from this crowd so far. There, it hits the rim and just tips out. A tough break for her, and Knights are going to get the ball. There was a nice hook over and kicking it back out to the Knights, but still haven't found that play yet. There, they drain another three, and that puts the Knights ahead 6-0. They're doing very well from the three-point line. I mean, I don't believe that they have missed other than inside the paint when they were driving in earlier, and the Barons are going to need to watch out for that tough three-point plays, and are really going to need to watch that and get some tension around the ball. But there, it's out of the hands of Mac Rice and into East Noble hands. There's going to be a foul called, but East Noble is unable to put either of those in from inside the paint. So maybe the Barons can zone out a little bit more from the paint to slow down coverage there and stop some of those threes from happening. Puts it up and misses the first. And sinks the second, making it a 7-0 lead for the Knights. Barons are going to need to clean some things up here, making sure that these passes get into the hands of their intended receivers. Just like that wasn't. The Knights have control here with another possession as the turnover gives them the away. There they're able to put it up and still have not scored underneath the basket. There, it's a 30-second timeout for the Barons. And so far, the Barons have just looked a little bit sloppier than the Knights. The Knights have had some good ideas heading into this game. They've had great anticipation, getting steals, and following up their shots along with converting more opportunities than the Barons.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there, Wyatt.
Lovely input, Cooper. I'm glad to have you. The Barons are going to need to pull down some more of their opponents' rebounds here as the time goes on. East Noble just had too many chances right there. They didn't score, but the more chances East Noble has, I mean, obviously, the more opportunity they have to get and pull away with this lead. And the Barons are doing well to block out underneath the basket, so I think that's something that's definitely achievable. They've just got to keep their wits to them and keep an eye on that ball, always following the ball. Sammy Abel holding the ball out here, just crosses the timeline, sends it into the hands of Mac Rice, almost over her head, but she's able to get up to it. And another sloppy pass there. The Barons just turn away the lead. It's a tough break for them. And here's going to be some subs. There's a nice pass inside, but the Barons are going to be caught traveling inside the paint with heavy coverage there. The Barons here so far really aren't finding room to shoot, and I don't know if they need to set up their plays or if they need to just shoot faster, but they spend more time trying to pass around, trying to break up this East Noble defense than they are actually taking shots. I mean, they've rarely taken any, and they haven't made any so far. So they've got to work something up here as the game goes on. They've just got to get more shots in the air rather than turnovers before they're able to get anything off. It's going to be a foul called, and the Knights have 3 fouls on them in this first quarter. The Barons with 2. Rain Freed puts it up for a jumper there. Doesn't get it, but Mac Rice is able to get the rebound underneath the basket. Here the Barons have another opportunity, and let's hope they're able to convert. Mac Rice under the basket, heavily contested with 2 defenders on her, and it slips into East Noble hands. There's a travel called, and that's going to be good for the Barons as they head on their way. Not many jump balls. A lot of travels have been called before the jump ball gets called so far, but we definitely see a lot more of those in this kind of setting. Rain Free driving it in, and it just doesn't go her way, and it's going to be East Noble ball once again. Shaking her matchup and Rain Freed. There's a nice pass there, a nice combination, and the Knights are able to get a shot off, but it just doesn't go their way and it's into the hands of the Barons. The ladies have 50 seconds to go in this first quarter, and they got to make a move here. There's going to be 1 foul called, and Colby Oliphant is going to step up to the line for the 2nd time in the night so far. And she is going to have an opportunity to get the first score on the board. There's another one floated just off the rim. Got an opportunity now here for a second. There's one, and it's just not her night. She's 0 for 4 from the free throw line so far. Knights trying to make a quick play here. Working their way around the arc. They send it up. A long one. She made that shot a little bit ago, but just didn't that time. Okay, the Barons were trying to get that rebound pulled in, but it just came off the knee, and it's going to continue being East Noble's ball with 25 seconds to go. A slip there by number 23, and she's able to hang on to it. East Noble, they shake off Cami Abel, but it's tossed up in the air. Rain Free driving under the basket, and there's the first points of the night for the Barons. 2-9, and that's going to end the first quarter. So at least they're going out of this with a little bit of momentum in their favor. What are your thoughts so far in this first quarter?
Yeah, I definitely think DeKalb needs to try to catch up and really needs to break through East Noble's defense. As you said, they're not throwing a lot of shots, they're just trying to break through and they're not able.
Here we go. Coming back from the first quarter, the Lady Barons are going to need to clean a few things up, and that's just my thought about it. I think it's definitely something achievable they can do, working on one thing at a time, getting their passes a little bit sharper. I think they'll be able to find more opportunities as they keep possession for longer, and they're able to pull East Noble out. They're able to move them better around the court, and I'm really hoping to see that from the Lady Barons because they're just not keeping East Noble on their toes enough. They're able to have too much room and space to block them out.
I agree.
There, the Barons do well to collapse in on that. No foul called. But there's going to be a foul called on East Noble, the first for this quarter. And that's Shockey's third foul so far, 5, and she's out of the game. So she's going to need to watch that, especially as a starter for East Noble. Nice anticipation there by East Noble. Barons have possession. They did well to recover that. And Rainfried puts it up again. And it's going to be out, continuing to be Barons ball. I'm sorry, that was Riley Hartsaw, I believe. Abel passing it in for the Barons. Oliphant with a nice combination there over the head of East Noble, and she puts it up for 2. Here we go. The Barons are getting a little bit of momentum here. Lead is reduced down to 5. They put it up for 3, and it just goes out. But she's got 5 defenders on her under the basket. There's a jumper, and once again into East Noble hands. There's a nice shot by Rainfried. And a foul there called on East Noble. That's going to be the second so far, 5:42 in this second quarter. The Lady Barons might want to think about getting some of those Knights in foul trouble because some of them are starting to rack them up as it is, and every quarter, if for those all unaware, 5 fouls on a team sends DeKalb straight up to the line. So if East Noble fouls them 5 times in this quarter, they'll get shots and opportunities from the free throw line as long as they're there. $50 coming in for the Knights. Barons still have possession here. Just off the rim there, but the Barons are able to pull down a rebound. A nice job by Oliphant there, and they get another opportunity. That's some great extra effort following in their shots and each other's shots, and it's given them a lot more opportunities holding the ball this time around. That was a nice combination. That shot didn't go in, but it gave Oliphant plenty of time to take that shot, and it just gave the Barons so much more opportunity. But here it's it's East Noble's ball. They get it under the basket, and it slips out of her hands. It's going to be Baron ball. Working around the arc here. That was a nice job there by Mac. In the first quarter, we watched some of the Barons in positions like that, and those shots just didn't go like they did. But Riley Hartsaw doing a great job there. A nice shot for 3. once again pulling the Knights' lead down so far. 3:55 in this quarter, and the Knights are only ahead by 2. They haven't scored at all, and it's going to continue being Barron's ball. They've cleaned up a lot of those simple mistakes that they were making at the beginning of the game, and they're doing very well. There, it's going to continue being Barron ball. Off foot. I suppose not.
All right.
Well, to me, that looks like it was off the foot of East Noble, but maybe that's something that they're clarifying right now. Not sure what happened there because to me it looked like it was off the foot of East Noble.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, there it's clarified, and the coach is laughing it off. Not sure exactly what the misunderstanding was, but here it's going to continue being Barron's ball with an opportunity to tie up this game. There's another foul on the Knights. And this is what we were hoping for. It looks like Lure is going to be subbed in here as this game goes on. She's stepping up right now, and hopefully her family can see her. There, Mac puts it up for 2. Jumper just does not go in, but Cammie Abel was there to get that rebound, and it ends up going East Noble's way. They send it up, but it's going to roll out, and it's Abel with the breakaway. There was a foul called, and that's going to be the 4th for the Knights in this quarter. There, Lure here stepping up for Mac Rice. Abel getting in before the timeline. Lure puts it up for the jumper, and it just does not find its mark. Knights pull it down, working their way under the basket. Fouls called. I didn't see a push, but just may have missed it. The shooting foul, number 22, steps to the line. It's going to be Haley Malarkett. I hope I said that name right. She puts it up and in for 1. And the Knights lead by 3. East has got an opportunity to bolster that lead a little bit more. There, Lure's able to get the rebound, and things move around, trying to bring this lead right back down. Off on there with the mistake, passing it into the hands of East Noble. Heavily contested pass. That was hard for her. She needed to get it off before she was caught holding it. There's going to be a Barron foul called. And the Knights are going to maintain possession. There, that pass just goes off into the hands of Riley Hartog. She has the breakaway, but the Knights are just able to get a good block there. Number 50 getting over her head. All clean contact, and the Knights maintain possession. They're able to sink another three, and Knights pull away with a 6-point lead. 150 left on the clock. Barons have possession here. Going at it, there's a long pass to Lure, working their way around the arc. And that pass is just, once again, into East Noble hands. A lot of what we could be seeing here could also be nerves for this young JV team. Most of them freshmen, sophomores, and it's just a lot of pressure to be playing in games, no matter the sport, wherever it is. And as the Knights break away with leads here, as I've noticed in the first quarter and now in the second quarter, they're just making little mistakes. Their passes have just been off a little bit. And then the Knights just putting more pressure on has just led to Baron fouls or mismatches here and there. And here the Knights are going to step up to the line. Both teams at 4 fouls so far, so anything from here on out in this last minute of the half, either team is going to step up to the line. It is up and out. That free throw is no good, and he's got an opportunity here for a second. Puts it up, and it just rolls in from the front of the rim. Barons have possession here, a minute to go. Cami Abel trying to find her way under the basket, and there's a nice layup by her. She's able to get something in motion for the Barons. And with plenty of time left, they could easily have time to get another play off as long as they're able to strip East Noble of this ball. There, that pass, they're able to work their way into the paint, but it's just out of their hands and into the hands of the Barons. Missed pass there. Barons are able to hold on to it despite the defense. Rain Freed working her way into the basket. Another layup for her. And she is leading the Barons so far with 4 points. Knights put it up for 3, and it's off the rim. There, that pass goes into the hands of Hartsock. She has the breakaway. Looks to see if she'll pass. She did, and it just missed it from the hands of Oliphant, just too far ahead. And Lainey Harris is going to be stepping in here for Lure as she goes off and hits the bench for this last 10 seconds of the half. Here we go. 5 seconds to go. We'll see if East Noble's even able to get a shot off. There they are. Send it up for long rainbow 3 to secure this first half lead. A 6-point lead as the Knights head up 17-11 over the Barons. And there we can see the varsity squad taking over the courts, preparing for their game. So, Cooper, what have your thoughts been so far in this first half?
I think the Barons have a little bit of catching up to do.
Yeah, I think so far the game hasn't really gone back and forth. The Knights have maintained a lead throughout it. It's just been how much it's been by. The Barons were able to pull it down earlier by getting on a hot streak, and I think if they're able to continue finding those, then they're going to be able to at least match up to the Knights and keep it close. But they're really going to need to watch the Knights and anticipate some shots. Just keeping it clean as well. I'm going to be curious as to see what the coach is going to be suggesting to them in the locker room as they head out into the second half, because I mean there are a lot of things to clean up on, and that's not always a bad thing because there are always plenty of things that you need to work on, and it's just going to be that one focus of this game of what they want to work on. That's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, just keep learning and moving forward. Yeah, parents definitely did make a lot of investment.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. And I mean, some of those times were tough. That final three at the end, I mean, they couldn't really help that. They were down by three, and then it was a good shot there at the end, and um, Barons can't match it. They just got to reset for this second half and try their best here. Now, Cooper, how was your weekend? How's your one day, I guess?
Mine was
Friday night.
great. A lot of relaxing, not doing. How was yours?
Sounds great. I've been working so far today. I mean, I was able to spend some time with the big man who runs ETV, our boss, and working on the farm, and then had some homework to do after that, but I did not get it done.
Very nice.
Yeah, I like that you can see in that picture the scratch I've got on my chin. It looks so much worse in the camera than it actually is. Our dog Oakley was just very excited. And while we have this time, we'd love to thank some of our sponsors here for DeKalb High School Athletics and supporting us here at BTV. Big shout out to Ben Davis Chevrolet, Mefford, Weber, and Blythe, OPS. We thank you all for your continued support of Barron Athletics. We'd like to thank a huge shout out to AES, Auburn Essential Services, for providing us so much here at BTV, for letting us work for them for so many years before now. And we love all of you who are able to make this possible. And for any of you wondering here tonight, after this JV game takes place, we'll have a short recess, and we'll bring a new stream back for the Lady Barons varsity game. So keep an eye out for another stream getting posted, and that will be the stream for the Lady Barons varsity squad. And they've been putting up a good fight this season. I believe right now they're sitting at 8-7, and they have really been putting up a good fight this season. Their main center underneath the basket has been out due to injury, Reese Schmidt, and they've really been missing her so far. Trying to find ways to mix up the lineup to work it best in their favor. And wish her all the best of luck as she's had surgery. She hurt tore her ACL, and I believe something else. And I just hope all the best for her, and that she can come back next season strong. And I'm sure she's going to be ready to play. And now we're heading back to this game for the second half. Sorry to be away from you, but I was here trying to get Max Preps pulled up, and now I am an avid member of Max Preps, and I can bring all of the stats. Very proud, Wyatt. Yes, I'm so happy now. I got it. Emma got it, actually. She figured it out.
You've been working on that for a while, haven't you?
Yes, that's what I've been trying to do, and I've got my password here, so I won't forget. Here, the Knights are going to start off, and we're going to see some of what this Baron team has done while they were out and on the sideline.
See how many of those improvements they made.
Yeah, there was some nice anticipation getting that steal, and Hardsaw was just able to pull away and get that nice 2 ahead of the defense. And that was better than her last breakaway. She was able to stay cool under pressure, and she was able to recognize what the right move was.
Definitely a nice rush play by the Barons.
Yeah. There's going to be a jump ball, and Barons are going to have possession here. Mac Rice sending it into Abel. That pass just sent long into the hands of the Knights, but it is sent out of bounds, and Barons still maintain possession. There's a nice screen, but it doesn't find much room for Hartsaw as she sends it out to Cami Abel. Mac Rice thinks about sending it up, but just doesn't find time with her defender. The Barons really need to find an opening there. Ring Freed has one, but she just isn't able to get it. Barons are able to pull it down, but it gets into the hands of the Knights. Here, a 4-point lead. The Knights have a chance to extend that underneath the basket. Mac Rice does a nice job there, getting the block, sending it to Rain Freed. There, she's able to get underneath the basket, work her way in the paint, and Rain Freed, great job as a point guard there, working her way quick under the basket, and it is a 2-point lead for the Knights. The Barons are doing well to catch up in this second half. And I don't know why, but that sentence just made me really hungry. I just felt it there. Oh.
And I was snacking a little bit.
And I was wrong earlier. I said the varsity squad was 8-7. They're 8-8. I am sorry, Baron fans. And East Noble's varsity squad is currently 14-4, so they've had a great season coming out so far. Currently in rankings, East Noble is 40th and the Barons are 191st. So, I mean, it's going to be a game of catch-up here, playing out the stats. They're going to need to watch it. Watch out for some tough competition here. But hopefully this JV game can give the varsity squad something to be happy about, something to be proud of as they head into this their game later tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice with possession here.
I think everybody's playing a little more aggressive across the board. Definitely moving down the court basket at least.
Yeah, I agree. There's definitely been that surge of energy. They've been looking for some opportunities here and trying to cut down on mistakes. There, that pass just slipped into the hands of the Knights, and they were able to take advantage of it. Down by 4 here, the Barons have a shot at closing the gap. In the corner, there's going to be a travel called. I saw that one too. Knights sending it in. Bit of a lower scoring game here than what we're used to seeing for the varsity squad. Only 19-15 so far. And I mean, we just usually see some higher scores, more shots getting off, and it's bound to happen. The translation from JV to varsity, and I'm hoping these girls can get some great experience coming in here as hopefully they're going to be competing and trying to take the place of some of those varsity squad members. Hartsaw trying to pass it in the paint to Abel, but it just doesn't happen. And that pass is not going to result in Knights scoring as they just get jammed up, and here it's Baron ball. Here I'm hearing East Noble's cheerleaders, and I was very confused for a second because I thought they said block it Steelers, and that just didn't make sense to me because I was like, they're the Knights.
Yeah, no, I heard that too. I was also confused.
There's a nice combination under the basket, and Barons are able to get 2 more, sending the lead down. But East Nova was able to match it. And that's what this game has been so far, just trying to match each other 1 for 1.
Barons behind by 4 points.
Yep, but there they have an opportunity. Jump shot there from Hart on the corner, and neither one is just able to convert. He's got the look, and number 50 just misses that 3. It's going to be Barron's ball. 2:30 left in the clock. Here's going to be a sub coming in. Lure coming in for Laney Harris. And a full timeout here. Will be the first of the half. I'm glad to have seen throughout this game that some of these crowds have just gotten a little bit more noisy. I mean, it was just very tame at the beginning. I mean, nothing too crazy has happened with them getting excited for this game. But still, it's good to see how they're getting up a little bit more to support our Barons at home. And East Noble brought with them, too, a big crowd, matching or maybe a little bit smaller than this Baron crowd. Definitely condensed some more. Hearts on under the basket. Does get her shot in, and the Knights are able to pull it down. There's a foul called on Hartsaw. And I believe it's going to be a shooting foul. Yeah, shooting foul. Number 50 is going to step up to the line, and she'll have an opportunity for 2 to draw this Knights lead out. And there's 1. She's got a shot for a second. And there she gets a second. Knights now up by 6 once again. Nothing the Barons can't handle. As earlier in this game, they came back from a 9-point loss. But Tammy Abel here is going to be able to step up to the line. There, she sends up the second one and is able to get another, and making it a 4-point difference between them and the Knights. A nice job by her. Every one of those counts. And that snag right there, great anticipation by Hartsaw. A great play by the 2. Rain and Free going back and forth, keeping the Knights on their toes. They're able to get underneath the basket.
Showing this the lead of the Knights, only being in the lead by 2. They just missed their shot. Come back down the court.
That pass was just cleaner than it was earlier. And they were trying to do that same thing. In comes Laney Harris for Riley Hartsaw. And I believe that'll be a time violation. He just didn't get that pass off in time, and it is East Noble's ball now. It's interesting to see here how these JV players are just playing a little bit differently compared to their varsity squad. A lot of times we'll see the Lady Barons varsity squad putting on a full court defense, and we just haven't seen that from the JV squad so far tonight. Number 50 steps up to the line once again, missing the first. And she'll have a chance at 2. That one also out off the rim. And I believe, yep, East Noble is going to maintain possession out of the hands of the Barons. Knights send it up, working their way into the paint. Mac Rice gets the foul, and it's going to send number 40 for the Knights up to the line. They've got a minute 07 left on the clock. It's 21-23. And then the Knights go up by another point. Rain Creed stuck in the corner. They're able to get out of that jam there. Moving around, but still 40 seconds to go. There's going to be a foul called. Lure stepping out of the game there. Rain Freed puts it up, and Hartzell is able to get a rebound. Freed puts it up once again, and this time it's going to be into East Noble hands. 20 seconds to go. They've got plenty of time to take a shot. There's a foul. It's going to stay on the ground. Knights have possession. That's Cami Abel's first foul for the night. Knights send it up, 15 seconds to go. 10. They find a girl in the corner, number 22, and the Rainbow finds the pot of gold. No time left, and the Knights are now up by 7 points in this fourth quarter. The Knights have done well just maintaining possession and finding lots of opportunities with missed passes that the Barons they cleaned up for a little bit, but they just weren't able to maintain it as time went on. There you're able to catch a glimpse of the DeKalb Barons JV cheerleaders.
Some great music going on.
Yeah, I'm hoping that you fans are able to hear it, but knowing how choppy our mic is, probably not.
It's a struggle. We are forever working on it, just trying to bring better content to you.
Yep, and that content goes past just athletics, namely basketball, as you've been seeing it lately. We also cover a wide variety of events, including like robotics competitions.
Football.
Yep.
This year.
Or we also like to cover some concerts and theater shows. Cooper, what can you tell us about the upcoming theater schedule?
All right. So we have our big spring play. We are doing The Little Mermaid, and in the summer, our intensive, which is K through 12.
Yep.
Thank you. We're doing 101 Dalmatians, but the upcoming one is The Masked Musketeer, starring my co-host here, Wyatt Nepper. That'll be on February 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Yes, I believe so. In February.
So that's upcoming soon. Tickets at curate.com. CUR8.com.
Yep, we really hope all of you can come join us. Get your tickets ahead of time. It's going to be a smaller show in a black box theater. So it's an interesting experience if you haven't come to see one yet. And it could be an early Valentine's Day. Just think of it like that. It's worth it. Just you bring your date. Here we go. The Knights continue up by 7, and the Barons have possession here to find. You know, Cooper, it's not nice to make fun of people. He's over here cackling about how I'm sitting. I'm just locked into the game, Cooper. I'm just locked in.
I'm sorry, Wyatt.
Here we go. Barons keep possession. That one's out by the Knights. And now he's gone. Knights are able to pull it down finally. And they have possession with 6 minutes to go. We'd also love for any of you at home to send us comments and tell us what we could be doing better, or if you like what you see, tell us we're doing a good job. You know, we like to hear it, and we appreciate the feedback for all that we do. We can't say that we'll always get it fixed, but we'll try our best. And knowing people out there are seeing what we're doing and commenting on it is always helpful. And they're able to keep East Nova from scoring that last drive, but here they come. They've got another opportunity. Knights not finding room in the paint. They're able to send it up, but Barons are able to pull it down with the rebound. Hartsaw there in the corner, and a foul's going to be called on number 22. Here, Hartsaw is going to pass it into Abel. 5:15 to go. Abel with a nice shot there, working our way into the paint. That layup just sneaking in. 5 minutes to go. Barons only down by 5. Knights putting it up, and they're able to get the rebound. Shooting foul there called on number 46. 40, I believe. Yes. Both teams are at 3 fouls with 4:50 to go, so they're really going to need to watch out any more fouls. It'll start getting dangerous, sending people to the line, and that's never good. And now all three of them are sitting here making fun of how I'm sitting. Yeah, I saw you over there with a camera. Should be paying more attention to what you're filming rather than what you want to take a picture of. But here we're coming back from this timeout. And
Trying
neither
to
team
catch
ready.
up to the Knights. We're behind by 5 now.
Yep, neither team getting out of the huddle immediately there. And 40's going to step back up to the line. She's got her shot for 2. There's one off the rim. And another off the rim. The Barons are able to bring it down, but Hartzell hits the floor hard. And the Knights are going to maintain possession there. Knights driving to the basket. They don't get it, but they're able to pull down the rebound and set it up for another 3 off the rim, and it's going to be out on hands on East Noble. And Barons are going to take over here. Barons have plenty of time to bring down this lead. It's only a 5-point lead by the Knights, and Rain steps up for the fade away from the corner, and there the Barons are only down by 3. Barons have done a nice job to cut away this lead in the 4th and final quarter, and so here they've got to stop this drive by the Knights. There's a timeout called by East Noble, and both teams are going to find their huddle. Here we go. They're heading back out, and in with them, some of this Baron crowd has started to fill in the student section, have started coming in, filtering in for this varsity game and the end of the JV. Knights send it back out, and immediately they've maintained possession. They're able to send it up into the hands of number 40. A foul is going to be called there on Mac Rice, looks like, underneath the basket. And once again, she's going to step up to the line. And any fouls the Barons commit so now for the rest of the game are going to send East Noble straight to the line. There, the Rainbow swishes in, and she's got an opportunity here to extend this Knights lead to 5. And that one just rims out. Hartzall trying to find the breakaway down court, but there's a mismatch. A foul is going to be called on the Knights. She's going to have an opportunity here for a shooting foul. And like the Knights, if anyone goes up and gets a foul, then they're going to head straight to the line. Probably here could match those made by East Noble. There, she sent it up and in for one.
Point lead by the Knights now. Chiseling away at it.
And there, that one goes out, but the Barons are able to keep possession. A score here could be almost like a three-point play with that free throw. There, a 4-point play is denied as they missed that three, but Rain Freed is there anticipating that ball, and they're able to get back around. Another opportunity, and Knights are taking back possession. They say enough's enough, but there the Barons ready again. Rain Freed doing a great job here. Hartzall putting it up for a layup, but it just goes out. And the Knights have possession once again. A lot of pauses here in this game. Timeout's going to be called by the Barons. Minute-long timeout. Here, once again, we're able to see the Lady Baron cheerleaders taking the court. Whittling. Do you whittle? What? You're into a lot of leatherworking stuff, but do you whittle at all? I heard you say that earlier. I just got curious. Like with sticks? Yeah. Oh, yeah, a little bit. Not often. Oh, okay. I was just wondering. Okay. I've done a little bit before myself, but I didn't know. Got distracted there. But here the ladies take the court once again. And they're going to have 3 minutes left on the clock as this game winds down. Nice with possession. They're able to get it past. And here's some of that full court pressure that we usually see from the varsity squad. Friends are going to watch that mismatch underneath the basket. They're able to get away without East Noble scoring. They're only down by 3. Mac Rice putting it up for 3, but it just airballs. Riley Hartzall there is ready for it under the basket and is able to get 2, making this a 1-point lead by the Knights.
See if the Knights can hold it or if the Barons take over.
Yeah, that full court press there was scary. The Knights had a mismatch under the basket, and they had an opportunity to score. They just didn't convert, and the Barons luckily possession arrow favor them, and they have possession. Barons here have the momentum, and we'll see if they're able to tie up and possibly get their first lead of the night.
Oh, taking it back.
Freed puts it up, and it just rims out, and the Knights are able to get it back. Driving in. That layup just misses. Hartzall trying to drive down court. She's got multiple defenders around her. She did smart, passing it off, and the jump ball by Laney Harris puts it up, and the Barons are ahead by 1, the first time of the night. They're in a precarious situation. They've got momentum on their side, but they need to stay aggressive. Hartsaw there pulling it away. And a foul's going to be called on number 23 for the Knights. Oh, and they're an extra, so that's going to send Hartsaw straight up the line. These shots could be huge for the Barons. They're really going to mean a lot as this game has time for each team to score. It could really set a precedent. And there she is, 1 for 1. Got an opportunity for 2. That one rims out, but the Knights are going to need to either tie him up with 2 points here or try to get ahead with 3. If the Barons want to get control, they're going to need to extend this lead. And that one's off the rim. Mac Rice holding it. Rain Freed, he's got 50 seconds to go to try and find what the Barons need to do. There's a timeout called by the Barons squad, a smart timeout. They need to get some points here on the board, some more than what they've just got to build on this lead over the Knights because at any point the Knights could take it away.
Yeah.
We hope you've enjoyed as this game winds down. We're once again, we are going to be streaming the Varsity Squads game, and we'll rename this stream as it goes. And just be on the lookout for another stream getting posted here in half an hour or so. And we'll watch as the Varsity Squad takes on the East Noble Knights. 15 seconds here. Barons just need to stay confident and can't make little mistakes that cause turnovers. They need to keep their passes sharp, and they either need to score or do very well to try and finish this clock out. Mac Rice sending it in for the Barons. And here, 50 seconds left. Tammy Abel's got to get across the timeline. Their jump ball is going to be called. And Knights are going to get possession. Not what the Barons want to see. 42 seconds, that's plenty of time for the Knights to score. And the Knights are able to put it up. That's tying up this game, 31-31. 30 seconds to go. Barons have possession. Barons need to score here. Mac Rice putting it up. The jumper just doesn't go in. And there's going to be another jump ball, and this is going to favor the Barons. They have possession, and we'll see if they can convert in this last 18 seconds. And Abel's going to be sending it in. There she sends it out long to Rain Freed. And a foul's going to be called, and that's going to send her straight to the line, I believe. And these are some very important shots, and we're really hoping that pressure won't get to her, that she'll be able to get at least one of them off, if not both. If both, then that's going to make it much harder for the Knights. She put one in.
The other one bounces out.
Yeah, this is still a precarious situation. Knights have a timeout, 12 seconds to go, and that's plenty of time to get a shot off. And that's what makes this situation so dangerous, because if they get a shot off and get it in, then that's it for the Barons.
This would be a tough loss for the Knights, though, if they do. I know I at least would be quite frustrated for having such a lead for almost the whole game.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard situation to be in. And the Barons are going to want to be careful here as well, not to foul, because foul gives them 2 shots at the line. If they hit both, then they get ahead. Or that could be the play for the Barons. If they want to risk that, then they would have plenty of time because the clock wouldn't be running during those shots, and they may have a little bit extra time once they get down for it. We'll see how it goes. The Barons have done such a great job finding energy in this fourth quarter, and they're able to get it out. 10 seconds to go. Trying to find her way past Freed. Working around the yard. There's going to be a travel called. And Bears are going to have the ball for 5 seconds here. As long as they're able to keep it out of East Noble's hands, they are going to walk away with this ball game. Just got to get it out. Tammy Abel has it. She's holding it. And there's a foul called, sending the Barons up to the line. 3 seconds to go. There's one. Smart putting their best free throw shooter out there to draw that foul. Knights have to score here now just to tie it up. They have to score a 3 here just to tie it up, and there's going to be a timeout called. It's been a great game, and especially fourth quarter for this JV squad as they've taken on the Knights. They've done very well. They've done well to limit East Noble's possessions and opportunities to break away. Minute to go, and then we will see how this game ends. I'm really excited about it. It's been a good game so far. The action has definitely picked up more and more as it has gone on, and this crowd has fired up some more and more as this game has gone on.
Definitely. With how good their JV is for the Knights, I'm eager to see how well their varsity is compared to put up against ours. See how that scaling is.
I don't think the Barons are going to let them roll it out with this full court press. 1 second to go. They get it up, and it is going to be a Baron win, JV win tonight, 34-31. A great job there by the Barons, especially pulling it back in the final quarter. And we are looking forward to, for the rest of you, coming back and watching the varsity squad take on the Knights as they head out to the court. We will be back in around half an hour. Thanks for tuning in, and see